Yo, what up? What up? What up, YouTube? What's good? The anti-chain is back. You know what I should do? Wear like a mask or something. I want to try that. I want to try that. But today's topic I want to discuss about is I love you and end. So I've been thinking about the word family for a little while, for the past couple of days, and as I was journaling every night, one of the two things I've always gotta clean my ears, ear itches. But there's one thing I've always have wrote myself. I wrote in my journal. There's a section I always like to write strengths and weaknesses, things that's like holding me back or was giving me confidence. And I always mention family. Family has always been the highest peak of love. Nothing is higher than that, right? Let me explain how I believe in theory. So when you're neutral, think of yourself as the hold on. I forgot to put my phone on my charger for a second. Right? Think of yourself as like the neutral barrier, basically. The globe, snow globe, perhaps. This is going to be the core foundation. When you meet somebody, or you meet someone for the first time, you two are strangers. Everyone is a stranger until say otherwise. A lot of people say that respect comes first or disrespect, but I believe it's all about trust. People have to first trust you in order to gain respect or disrespect. The way how you present yourself. Your first impression could be your last your last can't even say it right. Your first expression could be your last impression. What that all means. It means that like how the way how you talk to people, to set the tone, and the most importantly is that like does that person feel welcome? Are you giving that person trust? Are you making that person feel that he or she is important? That's where it all comes down. Trust is built through an understanding of one individual. When you first meet someone for the first time, you're not going to know much about the person. And I wouldn't either. We're all basically trying to understand about the person. So we compliment the person as a means to start. Like, hey, I like your sweater, or I like your jacket, or I like your hairdo, or I know you work out, or I know you work out. You know, you start off something that you see. You get a conversation going, and you start talking. Eventually, you start to add in things like your hobbies. But once you pretty much get that around, and once you get their names, all right, no longer you guys aren't considered strangers. You're no longer in that strangers category. Neutral has went up. I'm building trust. Now, like I said, you can't just be instant overnight. Because what if we only see each other once? There we go. It's not every day you'll get to see that. If you see each other again and again, eventually you'll start to build a relationship. I know for some people it would be like, oh, X, Y, and Z, but for me it would be like A, B, C, D. Whenever I go to a gym, right, any hour of the day, I usually try to have multiple gym bros, or at least not multiple gym bros. I don't want to go that far. I usually try to have multiple interaction with people, either complimenting them by how strong they are, or their outfits, or even that as well. Now, you don't want to really come up as a creep, but just kindly approach them and just be like, oh, if it's a not if it's a guy, this should be no brainer. Like, hey man, I say, hey man, love your outfit, or or like your outfit, or hey man, I noticed that you're performing this. I know that you're doing this and that. I'm glad you first time at the gym. Ah, yes, yes, yes. I'm glad you're here. I noticed that you're performing your. I noticed that you're performing the thing, and I noticed that your form's a little off. You know, can I give you some? Can I give you some tips, or can I give you some tips or suggestions? All right, bet. If you need anything, man, let me know. I'm usually around. It's good to see you too. Like that relationship is different. But from a guy to a girl perspective, it's always a little more subtle because it's not always common to see it's not always common to see someone around your age. So what it does, it definitely does feels interesting. And yes, they do have similar hobbies than we do. It's not all just it's not all it seems. It's not all black and white. We're thinking old school times. We're thinking like way old school times in my opinion, right? But overall, if it's a guy to a girl situation, you don't want to just come out as a creep. Just approach them like normally, and you don't want to walk up to them during their exercises. You want to do it either afterwards, or you want to do it either after or while she's in the middle of a break. Just kindly walk up to her and just compliment them and like, hey, I like your thing. I know you're doing this and that. You know I'm saying that as well. Oh, okay, okay. Hey, what's your name? Wow, my name is this and that. I gotta say, I'm saying that as well. I hope we see each other soon because I could give you a few pointers, this and that. Oh, maybe I'm saying that's well, maybe that's well. And I think that'll be a great it's a great foundation. Trust me, man. When you interact with people at the gym, I'm saying as well. You also gotta present yourself, obviously. Now obviously I hadn't shaved or cut or trimmed my hair down in the past couple months, but I'll probably get that settled down within the week, within the upcoming weeks. But the point I'm trying to make is that you want to look presentable. You want to look like you know you're not crazy. So obviously, people don't know you, and if you want people to know you, if one saying as well, I can't speak to the introverts unfortunately because no matter how many introverts I try to talk to, you see what I mean? They would, yes. Oh man, it's a lot of. Oh man, they're really more of an indoor person. But once you do manage to get one, they're one of the most coolest people in the world. You will never know what you can find when it comes to introverts. I say introverts. What the heck? Introverts. Like, yeah, that's really it, man. And then there's also the concept of END. Like friends and boyfriends and girlfriends and stuff. And always ends with a relationship. Even best friends. If you don't consider yourself family at that point, then you know. And there's also iters like brothers, no, others. Yeah, like others, like brother and sister. But that's a whole nother category. I don't want to go too deep with that one. But I'm only focused on two for the time being. My point across is simple. When you are meeting people, you just want to give them the respect that they deserve, and you don't want to be a dick about it, because especially family members, man. I swear, family members be doing the most for no good reason sometimes. But there are times and place where you can joke around, and there's times and place where you gotta be serious. But when it comes down to like sibling situations, like for example, like me being an older brother to like 4 or 5 siblings, right? I had to set the tone like in this authority figure because you want trust. You want to build trust within the family. That's how my father always used to say, is that trust is the most important thing. Without trust, there's nothing. There's not much you could. There is nothing in a relationship. Obviously, there's commitment, and there's two others. I'm keep forgetting. There's commitment, passionate maybe. I gotta revisit my notes because I had a pretty good art teacher back me I had a pretty good art teacher in one of my university classes who explained a little bit about relationships. Gave some pretty good advice too. I should email him. Just drop by his office once in a while, say hello. Yeah. God damn. Today is not one of them days. Huh. I swear it's not an ear infection. It's just I hadn't washed my ears and I hadn't washed my ears in the past couple weeks, like in the past couple months. So I'm just waiting on some new ear equipment so I can go inside and see what I could clean out. Not a lot though, but just a little bit. I know it naturally. I know the wax naturally falls out, but when it's just there, it's like, oh, you got to get rid of this shit ASAP. You know what I mean? Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's pretty much about it. You have neutral. You have you have neutral, which eventually comes friends. Friends will eventually build up to your best friend. Your best friend becomes basically anything higher than that. And then you have family, which is the highest peak. The highest peak in a relationship is family. No matter if you're married or not, or even if you have a family, family is considered to be love. When you have love for someone, you have so much, you put so much value and time for that person, and that's the strongest thing for a human being is love. Because when you love someone and they love you back, nothing could tear you apart. Outside from like bad relationships or someone cheating on their partners. Like I could never understand some people. Like if you no longer have that same feeling for that person that you once did, you're better off to say, hey, I'm breaking up with you, or I don't know if this could work anymore, man. Like I'm not feeling that spark. You know what I mean? But some people just cheat behind their backs and makes the whole situation far more than it has been, and then single family households will be well is far too common. Honestly, it breaks my heart sometimes whenever I and trust and I know I come from I could relate to that. I had a girlfriend once. She was the most love. She was the most beautiful. She was everything to me, man. She was everything. She was everything that a guy would have asked for. But then your heart got broken. But that's a whole story that really needs itself on its own, these lore. But I'm gonna end it here. I think I dragged this a little too long than I already have been. But let me wrap this up with a nice conclusion. Always remember, man, relationship is built not just from trust. No, wait. Relationship is built not from respect or disrespect. Trust. When you trust somebody, they give you the respect because they may look disrespectful, but over time, it will be respectful. Remember, man. Remember, respect comes naturally, and disrespect can come naturally. If you're being disrespectful to somebody, they're gonna disrespect you because you lost their trust. You know what I mean? Respect comes naturally. It comes naturally within, and nothing more to that. Without that respect, there's not much you can really do about it. But yeah, just remember, man, it's always going to be trust. Once you build trust in that relationship, bam, everything else comes into play. But I'm gonna end it here. But I hope you guys learned something today, because I definitely did in the past couple of days, and I definitely have seen my perspective. I'm definitely gonna be improving my social skills way more than it has been. I might buy me a camera, so I don't have to worry about using this old laptop and with this SD, man. I mean, I can always use my phone again. I probably would do that, just use my phone. But all right, let me know how you feel about it. I'm more than welcome. I'm more than welcome to interact with y'all. Any suggestion will be cool. Other than that, though, you know, I guess I'll see you around. You know, like you could like the video, you could share it with a friend. I guess you could subscribe. Maybe we're almost at 4 subs. 4 subs, man. Let's keep it up though. No. That's not. Let's keep it up. The grind don't stop till it stops. Peace.